my channel. Today I have a houseplant haul for you. Some of these plants you have probably seen in my last video where I was potting up plants. Today though I have some that there was not in that video, but also I just most of them actually weren't in that video, but I also wanted to show you those ones I had potted up a little bit more in depth and talk to you about them. Firstly, I want to get this bad boy out of the way because I can't stop thinking about it because it's right in my face. This is a winter jasmine plant, and as you can see it's been blooming now, so from what I've heard it's fine to have it inside and not getting too cool in the evening once it starts blooming, but until it starts blooming it's best to keep these under 50 degrees at night. So if you do buy one and it has a lot of buds but it hasn't bloomed, it's best to keep it in a cooler part of your house. I was thinking that maybe we'll just keep our house like at 50 degrees or 55 degrees, below 60 anyways, at night all winter, which we do keep it about 60 at night when we're sleeping, so that way the heater doesn't turn on so much and dry out the air as much at night. So anyways, we'll see if it will put buds on next winter. But I'm thinking I would like to separate this plant and create more than one. It's pretty nice. I like it and it smells really good. The pink buds on here though, from what I have learned, they only turn pink if it's in the 30s at night when it's setting buds. Otherwise the buds will be white. At the same time, I got this one this last weekend at a local nursery. I also got these two little plants. I was thinking this might be some sort of a peperomia. I'm not sure about this. This has not succulent leaves at all. They're very thin leaves. And then this one has very succulent leaves. It feels like a peperomia to me. Neither one of them are labeled. The nursery I go to is not very good at labeling things, but it has very fuzzy little leaves. It's almost like little hairs that are soft on them. And yeah, it was cute. They're both really cute and I wanted them. So I got them. I went to Lowe's recently, and if you did watch my last video on repotting things, you would have probably heard me complain about these. They have started putting strings like attached so that way it's easy to care for your plants, and they are self-watering pots. Oh, fancy. I even saw some peace lilies that they were killing that way. It's just their smaller pots, the smaller size, and then yeah, like these two smaller sizes. This one didn't have it underneath for some weird reason. It must have just escaped the tyranny that they've been inflicting on their plants now. This Exotic Angel Plants brand, they've all of a sudden thought this was a good idea. So these Peperomia Jelly, I think is what they're called. They're a tricolor peperomia. They are really not very happy. I have had one of these for over a year that I keep in my craft room that you've seen in my other houseplant tours, and it's done really good. I water it very infrequently, about every other week. Yeah, that's what I do to take care of it. These though were saturated and soaked, and they are, I think, coming back and going to be okay, but I did repot them right away in very dry soil, and yeah, they're slowly recovering, so we'll see how they do. This is my, I want to say Etruscan. For some reason Etruscan is coming into my head instead of Peperomia. Anyways, Etruscan is not a type of plant. It is a group of people, area, thing, Roman thing. Not at all plant related. A Peperomia, I think. Why that reminded me of Etruscan, I have no idea. But these are a type of pothos. This is an enjoy. I repotted this. I think I might have had this in my last plant tour. I have other pothos that were in my plant tour that I have gotten recently. I just wasn't sure if I had showed you this one, but I did plant this up in my last video. But I wanted to show you the difference between the Enjoy and then this one that I did just recently get called a Pearl and Jade. So the Enjoy, you can see, has a lot more variegation, but this Jade and Pearl has very bold, like huge amounts of white on it. And then there's some leaves that are very, you know, mixed in, whereas the Enjoy is a lot more blocky. So I don't know, they're just very different, but they both have like this white variegation. This one is more creamy, I feel like, with this white variegation, and this one is more strong white. I feel like this one, the leaves burn more easily compared to this one. I do keep them both. This one had a little bit too much sun. You can see all this right here. Oh no. You can see all this right here. I did get this. This was $1. It was a clearance plant. You can see all this right here and here that burned, and up here. I had it in a little bit too bright of light. I thought it was far enough away from the sun, but it wasn't. This one has been fine. I've been trying to figure out the balance for it. It seems to need just a bright indirect light, but it seems like it can take more brighter light than the Pearl and Jade. But I want to make sure that it gets enough sunlight so that way the variegation doesn't go away too much, and that way it stays having enough energy, because there's so much white, and that white parts don't make energy, but that also means that they can burn easier. So it's a pretty interesting balance to make. Whereas the leaves on these jellies, they are they have more green on them, and they're a more succulent leaf, of course, and so they can, I mean, these, I keep mine in an eastern window, and it stays perfectly fine and happy all the time. I would not keep this in a southern window, personally. I would think that a couple feet away from a southern window would be fine, but definitely not in one. So, yeah, but it really does like bright light throughout the day, but also it can take bright, direct morning sunshine, in my experience. I've gotten this little bird's nest Sansevieria that I potted up in my last video, and it's cute, and I got this one at Walmart, I think. This one, again, was another angel plant. This one I had gotten at Sea Market, and this one was from Lowe's too. And then this palm, I've been wanting a palm for a long time, but I don't really have space right now in my house for a really large palm. A lot of the times at the Lowe's that I go to, they'll have huge palms for like $5 on clearance, and I always want to buy one because they always still look really healthy. It's just they've lost a couple leaves or whatever, but I don't really have space for it, so I got this little palm. Here, I'll show you a little bit better. There. And I love how fluffy it is. I mean, it's not really fluffy necessarily in a fluffy like puppy sense, but it's just soft, and I don't know, I love to just go like this to it all the time. I finally found a Peperomia leaves. What are those called again? Peperomia. Anyways, I got this crazy thing at Walmart, and it has lots of babies in it, and it's so interesting. I like it. I haven't had it for very long, and I'm hoping I don't kill it. But apparently they're pretty easy to take care of, so I'm guessing that won't happen. I'm sorry. The puppies, here, let me show you what they're doing. What, now you're just gonna stare at me? Star is over visiting her brother. And now that I'm showing you them, they're gonna be good. Are you gonna be good now? Huh? You gonna be good? We'll see.
We shall see. That face.
Set you aside for a second. I didn't talk about the silver pothos that I got. My mom convinced me to get it because she was with me, and she's good at talking me into things. So this is another Peperomia or pothos, and its leaves are like almost velvety. They're very soft. And you can see that variation in them. It's just this beautiful, like little metallic-y silver. And I really like it a lot. It's beautiful and it is growing. And I have not watered it once since I've gotten it because it was so sopping wet because of this stupid thing. Don't get this. Like, why? It's just... This Peperomia tricolor. These ones, you can tell the difference. I mean, this one looks kind of sickly and awful, of course, because it's been overwatered. This one isn't as bad. This one, I mean, you can see how gorgeous that is and see all those stems, and it looks like it's getting ready to like flower or something. Anyways, it's doing that now. So if it's happy enough to reproduce, then I guess it's pretty happy in its spot. This is just my Peperomia that I've had for a long time. I love how this plant looks. So these ones will hopefully look just as beautiful given some time. A couple other things I wanted to mention is I've been seeing a lot of air plants lately at places to buy that are dead, but they're selling them full price like they are alive because they obviously don't know any different. Even at my local nursery, they'll be selling them dead or almost dead. I wanted to show you what healthy ones look like. This one is clearly dead. You can tell. This is the only one I have that's dead, and yeah. This one, it's all dried out, but I see them where they'll be, see this bottom, the color more towards the bottom, that grayed brownish color, and sometimes they'll just be really weird colors. You can see this is a healthy air plant. This is a very healthy air plant. They will have these fuzzy kind of outsides a lot of the time, but you want to make sure that you get them when they're nice and fresh or when they just got there. Otherwise, if they've been there for a long time, they might not be alive anymore. Oh look, yep, this one's pupping, see? This one never flowered for me. It must have flowered before and been pollinated or whatever, and now it's pupping. Isn't that so cute? And so this main one, eventually, once it's done pupping, the pup needs to be about the third of the size of this mother plant. Then the mother plant will die. It takes a little while, of course, it won't die right away. It's not like Charlotte's Web, but it will die eventually, and yeah, that's just what happens. But you will end up with some little babies. But I just wanted to show you what healthy air plants look like and not healthy air plants. The ones I usually see, though, they're not this dried out. I've just had this one in a container. I bought it when it was already dying, so it couldn't be saved. I just wanted to show you that you do have to water them, and the places that sell them to you need to water them, so that way they stay alive. So if you are going to buy some air plants, make sure that they aren't all brown and dying. Make sure that they still have some green vibrancy to them. Of course, some of them aren't quite as green. You know, they're a little bit more on the silvery side. And, you know, some of them can be a really nice light pale green. But make sure that they are still green and alive. So then when you get them home, I would soak them in room temperature filtered water. And I do that about once a week. And I also mist them a couple times a week. Because though they are air plants, that means that they don't need soil. That also means that they still need water. So you need to remember that you still have to water your air plants. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. My favorite plant, I think, is probably actually the silver pothos. It's just so beautiful. I love the softness of it and the deep green along with the silver, of course. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of lovely. And then the undersides are light green. I just really like it a lot, but it's not a bright, vibrant green. It's really soft, sagey green. Yeah, so, oh, and then of course these new ones. Oh my gosh. These ones are just so cute. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Thank you. I really appreciate it. So these ones are, of course, so adorable too. I don't know. But I did just get these, so, you know, I'm a little bit extra, like, in love with them right now. So, yeah, what ones were your favorites? Or have you gotten any new plants yet that you've been really loving? And if you have any extra special care tips for these, then please do let me know. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a really great day. Bye! Oh, I just got that up in my nose.
Oh, I can't see very well. Hello!
We get some banging done.
Hmm?
Get some banging.
You gonna do some banging? Thanks. Gonna work on the house?
Cleaning up the house.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'll be fine. I can explain away your banging as I now have gnomes living in the house. There's an infestation.